Hi kids, my name is Nicole and this is Let's Make Art, and you're here to paint for another project where we're doing an actual canvas and a brush and your own painting.
Cool.
And we are using acrylic paint. So this is a fun paint that's a little bit thicker. So we have a few different colors. We have a brown, we have an ochre, we have a white, and then a blue and a red. So we're gonna use those colors and mix and make our own painting. You'll see that my canvas and my paper is blank. So we're gonna be drawing. So I want you to grab a pencil because we're gonna be drawing together. And then also tape your paper down if you have any sort of tape, because we're gonna be painting the whole thing, so it will help to do that. Then have a cup of water, your paint brushes. I'm gonna be using a big and a small one. And if you have any sort of black pen, because we're gonna outline at the very end. So our first step actually is to raise your hand and repeat after me for our motto. So I am brave.
I am brave.
I am kind.
I am kind.
And I am creative.
And I am creative.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Okay, so grab your pencil. I know you can do this. So do not be afraid, and we're gonna be brave together, like our motto says. So the first step is you're gonna draw a rectangle for your canvas on your piece of paper. Now, you can either have it be like this, where it's vertical orientation, or you can have it be where it's a long one if you want your canvas to be wide. So I want you to draw a big square anywhere on your paper. I'm gonna do it a little bit higher though, and the reason why is because we are gonna do the legs at the bottom. So it might help you if you do it a little bit higher and about this big. Okay, next step is to draw the ledge for our canvas to sit on. So at the bottom of here, what you can do is on this line, extend it a little bit further on the left and extend it a little bit further on the right. And then however thick you want your ledge to be, draw two diagonal or straight lines. And then you're gonna draw a line parallel, which means it's like this, but a little bit lower. And you're gonna connect to make a skinny rectangle. Okay, the next step is we're gonna start with the middle leg. So the middle leg of the easel, I want you to draw, it's gonna go all the way at the top because it's behind it. So start with a short rectangle on top up here. And then we're gonna pretend like this line goes all the way behind our canvas, and then right here, when it comes out, we're gonna draw a line. So do the same thing. So here's a line, pretend, 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 and then right there. And then you're gonna complete that rectangle, okay?
Okay.
Now on the left side, this one is angled inward. So we're gonna draw at a diagonal right here. So I'm gonna draw a line diagonal, and then a parallel line, but I'm gonna leave about the same width. It's okay if it's a little bit different, but I'm gonna draw another line, and then I'm gonna complete it. Then repeat on the other side, but this time the angle is gonna be like this, because for the back of our legs, I know you can't see it, but it's creating this support system, so they need to go in like that. Otherwise, if they were like this, then the easel wouldn't stand up right. So we're gonna draw a diagonal line, and then draw a parallel one, and then complete. And look, you did it.
Wow.
Now, with our canvas, the dynamic duo part of it is you need a paintbrush. So anywhere on your painting, I want you to draw a paintbrush. So to do this is you can start anywhere on your, I'm gonna have mine, I'll do mine similar to this so you can see if you wanna do yours like that, is I'm gonna draw kind of an oval. So I'm gonna draw a line, and then it's gonna have a curved top, because our pencil, or our brushes, actually I can use this as an example. Our brush has a curved top right here, and it comes right here. And then there's this part right here, the middle part. So maybe you draw that. And it gets a little bit skinnier here. And then you have the bristles. So it's kind of like a line here, and they curve together to make a point. There's your paintbrush. Now, this paintbrush is in front of the canvas, so I'm gonna erase this line right here. So that way it's a solid piece. And then we're done with that part. So we're ready now to paint. So this is where you are gonna be really, really creative. So you get to decide for the first step is what do you want your background color to be? Now, here's an example of a lighter ochre, a light pink. You can also do a light blue, but I suggest doing a lighter color so then your canvas really pops. So whatever color you use, start with white, and I want you to do a lot of white. We're gonna be painting a good amount, so squeeze a lot out on your palette. And then I'll show you using this ochre color, so if you wanna make it like this, is I'm just gonna add just a little bit, and I wanna start with just a little bit. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. And I wanna mix it together.
Tiny amount.
I don't need too much water on my brush, so I'm gonna kind of scrape off the water, and I'm gonna mix it together. So the white makes it a lighter color. Now, if you want it darker, if you wanna mix more colors together, you can do that. Now, the other thing is that I have a lot of paintbrush paint on here, so I'm gonna scrape it off to the side because I don't need too much. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just paint the whole background. Now, this is a little bit different because it's acrylic paint, so it's a little bit thicker. Can you see that color, or should I make it darker?
Yeah, that color looks good.
Good, okay. So I'm gonna paint around my canvas for this first step. And you might need to make a little bit more paint, which is okay because this paint is really, really thick. So if you need to make more, maybe it's like a multicolor.
Ooh.
That could be fun. So we're gonna paint around.
Yeah, push its limits. See what you can get it to do.
Okay, so now the next step is I have this color on my paintbrush, so I need to dip it in my water and get it off. And this is actually a cool tool because I'm just scraping it at the bottom. But sweep the bottom of your cup or your brush basin and then clean it off on your paper towel. And for the easel parts, you can use a few different colors. You can either use your ochre, which is this kind of wood-like color, or if you have a darker wood, maybe you mix a little bit of the rust in there, or you can use just the rust. So you're gonna use this and you're gonna paint all of the wood parts that you made. So all of the skinny legs. And I'm realizing that I think it may help, because this is a smaller area, I'm gonna scrape some of my paint off so I don't waste it. And I'm gonna switch to my small brush because it will be easier. So now, this color is actually good with the handle of the brush. So what I want to show you is on here, I'm going to paint this part also since I have this color on my brush. So I'm going to paint that. Okay. Now the next step is clean your brushes. And you, again, get to be creative. So you are going to paint your canvas in your paintbrush, any color, and maybe you think of a scene. So here's an example of I did a tree. This one is with the sun and some water, or this one is with the moon and you do white on top of it. So this is your canvas and I want you to be creative with it. And also, this is a perfect time, I'm gonna give a shout out to show you an example of what you can do. This is Elijah and his mom. They are a dynamic duo. And Elijah painted our orca whale project.
Cool.
So maybe you do an orca whale on here.
Or a dolphin.
Or a dolphin, yeah.
Ooh. Or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on plaid.
So you get to be creative with what you do. So I'm not going to tell you which one to do. I want you to do it. And so you can mix a couple different colors. If you need to make green, you're going to mix blue and yellow to make a green together. And then you are going to paint it. So I painted mine, and what I need to do, and you too as well, is you need to let it fully dry before we go to the next step. So you can either use a tool, or you go take a snack break. Now, I let mine dry with my tool. And next step is I want you to grab a black pen. If you have our box, yours came with a black pen. Or you can grab any type of black pen that you have. And actually, it doesn't have to be black. If you just have a marker, it could be any color. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna outline this so it pops a little bit more off of the page, just like this. So I'm just gonna use my pen, and I'm gonna outline and kind of trace over my pencil lines. So outline my canvas, outline the easel. So it looks like a comic book like one. And then I'm also going to do my paintbrush so it pops a little bit more off of the page. I think I'm gonna leave my sunset, my actual painting that I did, like that.
Cool.
Look at that. And actually it makes your painting even looks a little bit different, so it kind of shows up in a cool way.
Yeah.
Now, you're done.
What?
You did it. This was awesome and so much fun. And for this project, I really, really want to see what you make, because I want to see what you made in your canvas. So please share with us. We have an Instagram called Let's Make Art Kids. We have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kids Projects. Share with us. And always remember that you are brave, kind, and super creative, just like this project. And we'll see you next time. Oh, clean your tools. Don't forget that. We have our bottles. Make sure to close those caps. Clean your brushes really well because this paint is really thick. And then clean your palettes off and then get all that paint off. And I'll see you next time. Bye.